Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Victor. Back out here doing another podcast. Unfortunately, a little bit different of an intro because I was running so late that I didn't get a chance to do a walk-up intro, and I just felt bad, so I just went in there and set up shop and sat down. This podcast, we're sitting down with Claire and Jacob from Taps and Caps, the Louisville location. Jacob is the bar manager, and Claire is one of the bartenders there, and it's an ongoing conversation I'm having with Taps and Caps that I really appreciate their culture that they're building for the people, for their patrons, and for their staff. And it's a very interesting conversation with Claire and Jacob. So I hope you guys enjoy it, as well as I'm wearing a new shirt. Strange Brew's new shirt just came out, and then the reason I'm laughing is because Lucy, come here. This is Lucy, new puppy that I got. And she's very active. But anyway, new shirt that I got from Strange Brews. I love my team. I love my family. I love the beer culture and beer community here in Texas, so I'm always going to show support and love. With that being said, I'm a shotgun, one of my favorite pilsners of all time, Necessary Evil. And then we jump right into the podcast. Bit of a rookie mistake. I fucked up that shotgun. But I'm just going to chug it. Just do a regular chug, because don't want to mess up again and make a mess in my house. Cheers, guys. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And go to Taps and Caps Louisville location and hang out with Jacob and Claire. Salud. Cheers. Woo! Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely,
I mean,
man.
it's okay. You guys were late by an hour and a half. I'm not worried about it.
Our fault. Sorry about that.
No, it was
I
all
wasn't
me.
at work or anything.
They won't believe it. They know it was probably me. No, but thank you for being patient and waiting.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, of course.
And you coming on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, thank you.
I've been trying to get you on the podcast forever.
I was
And
gonna say, like-
Claire.
You're welcome.
Drag them on. So people who don't know, who haven't been to the Taps and Cap Louisville location, Claire is one of the best bartenders here.
Thanks.
And Jacob is her boss, aka the one who calls in sick.
It's one time.
So, but no, this is I really like this place. I really like this location. I also like the Fort Worth location. I'm not knocking the Fort Worth location at all, but I live closer here, so yeah, this is my favorite one by far, by a mile. But you guys make it feel special.
Thank you.
I like your little art. Like you even talking about your board you put up together.
Yeah, I saw on Friday the live stream.
Yeah.
Rick was talking about, he was like, yeah, now I just get Amazon links sent to me.
All the time.
That's me, literally. Like last night I sent him like 3 links. I was like, can I have this and also this and I also need this? He was like, yep, you got it.
But I think that's special.
Yeah.
And then Jacob
Oh,
does the same thing when he
absolutely.
asks for equipment. And he needs for, I feel like everybody does the same thing.
Yeah.
I think for equipment and making it work. You see, I like that though.
Yeah.
So how long? Let's start with Claire. How long you been here?
I've been here almost a year actually.
Oh,
a year
what?
this month. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yep. I think it's like August 24th or something.
Oh,
like
so
that, but
anniversary party.
Yeah, your 1 year mark.
Yep.
So we're gonna do it for the anniversary.
I don't know. Are you throwing me a party?
Maybe. We'll see.
I just want Oreos and
Oreos. It's
more
vegan.
apple pineapple cider. That'd
There
be
you go.
nice.
So you're a cider fan.
Normally not really. Like
Ah.
this was the first one because we went to Bishop Cidercade for our employee party, which
Oh,
was
that's right.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
so much fun. And this was the first one I started out with. They also have like I think it's like a low carb cider that's pretty decent, but between the two that I tried, this one was
That's
the
the one?
best. Yeah,
Got it.
most definitely. And it's
feel
been
you.
flying off the wall. Like everyone's been loving it whenever we suggest it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cider cake is legit. Shout out
Yeah.
to cider cake. But there's a place in Addison that I like way more.
Really?
The game. So the thing about cider cake, I always say their name wrong. So no one has to correct me. I know I'm saying it wrong.
No, that's how you say it.
Cider cake. I thought it was
Cider cake?
cidercadia or something like that.
No,
it's cider cake.
Cider cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm always fucking things up. But it's I think they have the better games than like free to play,
Okay.
and then the one in Addison, retro arcade or whatever.
I haven't heard of that.
But
So you're saying you like free to play better because there's more like retro?
no, I like cider cake because the way they have better quality
Oh,
of
gotcha.
retro
Oh,
games
you
Gotcha.
like cider cake better.
Yeah, I
thought you
thought
were,
for the
like,
games,
saying you
but
like
I don't like the ciders.
Oh.
But retro Cade or retro Cade in Addison, it's a newer one, a few months old, like 6 months old.
Really?
They serve liquor and beer,
Oh,
similar to free to play, and the games are not bad. Free to
Right.
play is not bad either. The one in Richardson is not bad, but the one in Arlington
by far is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
But the games, in my opinion, Cider Cake has the better quality of retro games.
Well, what's cool about Cider Cake though is that they sometimes, not all the time, but they'll have ciders that kind of cater towards non-cider drinkers. It's like the first time that I went, there was one that was inspired by like Galaxy hops, so it kind of emulated like
Yeah.
like
they had an IPA one while we were there
yeah,
too.
exactly.
And they drink
Grant,
almost
like
exactly
keep in mind
like
it was also
IPAs.
10%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really
man.
good.
It definitely kind of it tasted like an IPA, so I was happy.
Oh, I didn't know about that. We have a monthly night at guys' night out. So me and a bunch of my friends, we don't see each other as often or talk to each other as often. So we try to schedule something once a month,
Right.
or once every other month, where we could actually really fit it in. Friday night, guys' night out, and they've been doing this arcade trip thing, and I refused to go to Cider Cake last time.
Why?
I just refused. I was like, I'm not drinking ciders tonight. I'm not feeling it tonight.
Boo.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of felt the same way, but
Yeah.
trust me, like they that's what's so cool about it is that they kind of cater to every different kind of.
See, I didn't know they started doing that. I know they always did different variety of ciders.
Yeah.
And they did their ciders and then outside market ciders. So I know they always like
Changing it up.
change it up.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to hear about that.
Yeah,
and
because
see what
like
they
I
do.
mean, like last time I went, I don't know if they had the same one that I had. They might have had another IPA inspired one, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the same one that I had that first time.
Okay.
So it's you're kind of rolling the dice every time,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Well, and
Relaxing.
even while we were there, I can't remember if it was Roman or somebody made like a beer mosa. Like they had half of the IPA flavored one and then added some like juicy, fruity something on top of it. It literally just tastes like a mimosa, but it was
Oh, wow.
also an IPA. Like it was so good.
I mean, they're doing great things. I really like the game,
Absolutely.
so
That's-
yeah.
we should have went, but
We're here for it.
Yeah, I
But-
talked about getting everybody's ass, and now I got my ass.
Oh my
beat.
god, yeah, he was talking so much smack. Like
was.
all the
Which
weeks
game?
leading up, Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero and Skee Ball.
And skee ball. We tried having a skee ball tournament and that just fucking like disintegrated.
Yeah, I was like, I'm kind of over this. I want to.
I was on 2 teams and I was killing it, and then I was like, all right, $50 gift card, and then it just stopped. And like, no one else was
they were like,
playing.
we're
I
not
was
losing
like,
this gift card to you. They're
No.
done.
I need my $50 gift card, but it's
I mean,
not
AKA the
sold.
champion right here. If everybody's forfeit, you're the champion. That's
Yeah.
how it works, right?
That's what I'm saying. Where's my
That's fair.
$50 gift card?
I didn't even see you play. When did you play? I'm kidding.
No, that's awesome. No, so shout out to Cider Cake. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the other places doing the same thing. You know, they're great.
Seriously.
For sure.
So you've been here 3 years, right?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So how's it changed in the last 3 years? Has there been any changes or?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd say there's been changes, I feel like every 6 months, to be honest, which I think is kind of rad, though, just because, if you can adapt to it, you get to grow. So,
But you're invested in here. Like you're invested within the Taps community and family. You know,
Yeah.
so you can roll with the punches and figure things out, right?
right, absolutely.
I think that's something that's unique about Taps too. I mean, I haven't worked at another place like Taps, so I can't
Yeah.
speak for other growler shops, but
No, yeah.
I think as far as Taps and Caps goes, like that's something that's super unique about us is, like we are rolling with the punches and making changes like a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's something where your voice is constantly heard. It's not something where it's like, well, we've been doing this for this many years, so
Right.
this is just how we're doing it.
Well, that's perfect because that's the reason why I wanted both of y'all. Well, I just wanted you guys to come on and hang out, number one, but I also want to get your perspective because I've been saying this for the last few months.
Yeah.
That I really like the dynamic of the culture here at Taps and Caps. I love all my friends at Craft and Growlers. I love all my friends at 3 Flats Up. I'm not knocking any of them, and they're not doing anything bad.
Right.
But how I feel about it, that the dynamic here is very special.
Yeah.
You know, Rick. We all know Rick. He's aggressive, but he's also loving at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but he's a lovable, aggressive guy, but he learns real fast, and he wants to do the best for his community or his team and his / family.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, he gives everybody else the power to talk to.
Right.
I feel like you have a valid value here
Yes.
to conversate with him.
Absolutely.
Not that he's the boss. Same thing with Roman. Same thing with Jacob as being
Yeah,
the
I was
manager.
gonna say.
It's the culture that he bred down.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, I
How do
think. Sorry to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
go ahead. No.
I think it's important to allow people to have a voice. Like I think something that I like to do with her is if she has an idea, I want to
Yeah.
hear it, and I want to know what it is, and I want to know why you think it's going to work, why you don't think it's going to work, like that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like I think everybody should contribute.
And all 3 of y'all are like that. Like Rick, Roman, and you are. If you have a reason, like say whatever your idea is. Like, if you have a reason, then let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be the greatest reason in the world, but
Right.
if it sounds remotely like it's going to make a positive impact here or positive change, then everyone's open to it.
Or like I'm thinking about when we did the event for the marshmallow.
Yeah.
Like how was that for you? Like what happened there?
That one was definitely better, I feel like, than any other
Okay.
event that we've had, just because
Okay.
even the day before, like, you and I closed that night, and you were like, we were talking about the events as a whole, and I was like, just so you know, like, if I get bitchy tomorrow, it's because, like, it feels like chaos. And he's like, okay, well, how
We're
can
talking about the
we...
4th of July marshmallow?
The
No, it was 2 weeks ago?
Oh, the one I missed. I missed
Yeah,
that.
it was the beer
marshmallow
and
pairing.
marshmallow
Yeah.
pairing. But like I told him, I was like, if I get bitchy tomorrow, it's because like it's gonna be chaos, and like I don't thrive in that. And he's like, okay, well, how can we change that then?
Yeah.
Like, he literally said, like, what can we do to ease that for you?
That's very important.
And I was like, well, it would help if we like had more of a powwow or had more of a game plan going into it, because I think that leading up to that, most events is kind of just like we show up and we're like, all right, let's just see how this goes.
Yeah,
Like, we're
let's
just
everybody
gonna roll with the punches.
Do something.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas like for me and the way that I thrive, I guess, in busy situations and events like that, I need some sort of like these are the guidelines or these are the rules, like something to follow to be like, all right, this is how we're making sure that people's like tickets are being accounted for and like all of that. Like, I just need like something to rein it in a little bit, and that was what we did for the marshmallow event. And it
Well,
was-
yeah, and I think that's why. I mean, like you said, like we're so unique because there's room for that. We're not set in the ways like we've been doing this for so long, so we
Right.
have to stick to this. Like
What the thing about it is, from my experience, that's why I really appreciate the way it works here. And again, I'm not saying no one else is not doing a good job, but the way I see it here is how I try to build a team at my day job.
Yeah.
Is I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, and I can't know everything, and nor can I know how my workflow affects you.
Right.
So what may work for me in my brain may not work as simple for you. So
Right.
just figure it out. You need to talk to me, and I need to talk to you, and let's map this out.
I tell
we have conversations
I was gonna
like
say
that all
I
the
tell
time.
not just you, but I tell them all the time. Like
Yeah.
they'll ask me like, hey, like what's this? What's this? What's this? I'm like, I don't have the answer right now.
I'll Google it.
I'll Google it, or when I find it, I'll come
We'll
back
figure
to
it
you.
out,
But
yeah.
right now, like I don't know. So like, let's try to figure it out together.
Yeah.
But I think that also applies to our relationships with customers too, because I remember like another thing that I love about Taps and Caps is that it's a perfect learning environment for everyone. Like, for us as employees, for
Yeah.
people who are customers coming in and they're like, I don't know anything about craft beer. Like, those are my favorite people.
Yeah.
Like, when they're like, okay, this is what I drink outside of here. What can I drink on your board that tastes remotely like that? Like, finding beer for people and opening up their perspective to craft beer is so much fun.
That's very important. I like that because I'll just be honest. When you go to a tap board that has 30 plus, this
Overwhelming.
51.
Especially if you don't know anything.
But even
Yeah.
if they have 10 plus, you go up there, you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna drink.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing here that I know.
Right.
What I'm gonna do. So that's a perfect way to talk about it. Like, yo,
Yeah.
let's figure this out and work it out here.
Well, and I think, I guess like what I try to teach these guys is, not making somebody feel bad about not
Right.
knowing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
that's
don't know all the
huge.
hops. She doesn't know all the hops. We can still find you a beer that you're gonna vibe with and
Yeah.
like get down to. You know what I mean? Like,
And I think too, like, especially being honest with customers. Like, if someone comes to you and they're like, hey, have you heard of this thing? Like, I'm not gonna stand there and bullshit you like, oh yeah, I've totally heard of that. Let
Yeah.
me tell you all.
That's
I
how you
don't
get
fucking
called
know.
out, yeah.
I don't know it. I'll just stand there and be like, I have no idea. If Jacob's standing nearby, I'll be like, hey, Jacob, do you know about this? Or I'll consult Google. Like, that's the easiest way for me.
But that's the thing about life that should be applied to everything. Like, listen, I don't know.
Right.
If I bullshit you and you call me out later, that looks bad on me, and then it looks bad on Taps.
It
'cause
looks
you,
bad on this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's awesome. No, I really, but the thing about that's why I fell in love with craft beer, because the honesty is there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, the honesty is always there. Like, I try to be honest on the podcast all the time. I don't know shit about beer. I've been drinking beer for 2 years now. All I know is I like it.
Yep.
I appreciate it more than I did when I started.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts and ends. Like, I don't know, boils and hops
Right.
and
yeah, but that's like, again, like kind of what you said, like that's like my favorite kind of consumer too, because
Yeah.
you're open-minded to learning and like you accept something you don't know, like
yeah, you're learning.
yeah.
It's growth. Even if you do 15 years from now, let's say everybody's still learning, working in the beer industry.
Yeah.
Maybe something different, but still within beer. You may not know everything still.
Yeah.
And something might
Yeah.
change and change the whole environment up. You're like, fuck it, that's new.
That's true.
Just roll with the punches and figure it out. But it's okay not to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay to have fun and enjoy it. Just drink.
Yeah.
We all just having fun. The great thing about this job is we're all drinking.
Yeah.
Well, you're not drinking on the job, but you get to experience good beer. Yes. I had to correct that shit.
Glad you said that. Thank you for that.
Make sure that's
That's gotta
sounded
clear
good.
that. Yeah, not drinking on the job, but we're just enjoying it.
Yeah.
You also get to experience new
Yeah.
beers. And did you drink beer before coming here?
So, like, I've always been, not always, but like growing up, I was exposed to beer.
Like, what are you, 35? I've always been drinking beer.
Always. I've been exposed to beer just through my parents because that's all that they drink.
Gotcha.
Like, no liquor, no wine, no nothing, literally just beer. So growing
Okay.
up with that, I was like, well, when I turn 21, like, I'm gonna go get a beer. Like, that was, that was all that I was exposed to.
So what was your first beer you had?
Probably Blue Moon. That's
Okay.
still one of my favorite
That's
beers
better
to
than
this
me.
day.
Okay, there's
Like,
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
definitely not like Michelob Ultra or.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
I mean, I asked you what your favorite beer was, and that's what you told
And that's
me.
what it was, yeah. And that's the other thing, I mean, just going back to the whole learning thing really quick, like when I interviewed with him, I did not know shit about craft beer. Like truly. My parents have been coming here pretty much since it opened, I'm pretty sure. And I would come in here and I would pay no attention. Like pre-21, I paid no attention to the board, to what was going on. I was literally just sitting here at a table with them because
Yeah.
they were here. So when I interviewed with him, I was like super nervous because I was like, I don't know anything about craft beer.
I
But
mean,
that's
that would
the
be
thing.
nerve-wracking.
But like,
Okay.
you don't have to know anything about craft beer.
Nope.
Like, you learn when you're here. If you know something cool, you're just gonna continue to build on that. But like, I literally told him like, no shame. I was like, favorite beer, Blue Moon. It's definitely Blue
Like, rad.
Moon.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's nothing
Heck
wrong with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I like it though. But you grow with it, you learn.
Yeah.
And so within the year you've been here, is there any beers that you came across that you're like, I really like that a lot? And I'm gonna ask you those
I
same
would say,
questions.
Can we talk about IPAs?
I was gonna say, like, not necessarily a specific beer, but I would say from my first day of working here to now, the first day of working here, IPAs and sours were a hard pass for me.
Okay.
Like, hard
Made
pass.
a face
like,
and everything.
Same here. I was a hard pass on IPAs. I'm a hard pass on all the beers for a long time.
I would like take a sip and I'd be like, nope, not for me. But I mean, you have to try it because you got to know. You have to be
Yeah.
able to sell it. You have to know what it tastes like, who's gonna like it, the difference between
Facts.
hoppy, hazy, all that. But yeah, now I can drink an IPA. I love sours. I love gozas. Like, I think it's just having that exposure over time.
Well, you're better
like,
than me. I don't
yeah.
like gozas. I don't
Really?
like. I've
You
grown.
gotta spend some time with me.
Yes, you
Here's
need to
the- so-
hang out with us here.
Here's the deal. So if anybody goes back to the archives of my podcast, you always find me saying I hate something. 'Cause I hate wheat beers. I hate Berliner Weissens. I hate a lot of beers. I wasn't a
Wow.
beer drinker before the show. I've hated a lot of things
That's so
about
crazy.
beer.
That is crazy.
Stout was
I
the
see
only
you
thing-
in like this whole new light now.
Stout was the only thing I ever enjoyed. So my co-host Drew,
Uh-huh.
he was the beer drinker. I'm the whiskey rum drinker.
Oh, I
and now how the
love
show
rum.
came. That's how the show came up together. But over time, what I found out is this: there's parts of certain styles of IPAs I don't like. There's certain styles of Berliner Weissens, wheat beers, sours, and gozes that, in that general perspective, I don't like certain parts of it. But there's rare variants of it.
Yeah.
Or blends of it that I'm like, oh, that's really nice.
Right.
The sour IPAs, two styles I thought I would never like. I like sour IPAs. That shit is like my go-to beer right now. You know, shout out to Southern Kraftwerk and George, bro. That shit is fucking murdering the game right now.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like for me, IPAs, sours, that was just like a no-go.
What are you drinking right now? Blue Moon?
Apple pineapple from Bishop.
Cider.
Shout out to ciders.
Shout out to Bishop. I love
So
it.
I want to do the same question for you. Like, I know you were into beer a little bit before working here, because we talked a little bit off air.
Yeah.
So I just want to do like a recap on camera about your beer journey, and then how you came to Taps.
Ooh, that's a loaded question. my
No,
dude.
we can do a quick overview. Your journey, but it's you don't have to go too detailed. You don't want to.
Yeah,
but,
no,
but you
for
have
sure.
a very interesting beer journey as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think for me, it started with, again, like kind of circling back to,
I was 4 years old.
yeah, basically.
21 and up.
Just, I think I've always had an interest for craft beer, and Taps and Caps was the first experience that I had where I didn't feel talked down to, I guess, or I didn't feel,
Belittled for not knowing.
Inadequate.
correct. Absolutely. And I think for me, like not being belittled or talked down to, I'm like, man, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I wanted to be part of the
Community.
that's not taking away this, like that's taking the stigma away from it, I guess.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. So, prior to Taps and to now, is your beer palette changed?
I think so, and I think it's changed because like I appreciate the art form of it.
Yes, that's why I feel you.
This
Yeah.
dude is real weird with beers. Like, he's on this cup of beer thing right now, and I just don't. I mean,
It's
it's a
good.
Goza, right?
Yeah.
But it has like ginger and like
Ramen.
cucumber or lime or something like that. It's got some weird stuff in it.
It's okay.
Ramen noodles for sure.
We've definitely, Nani, our coworker, was saying last night, she's like, every beer is beautiful. And I was like, I mean, I don't know about that.
Listen. So I was like, but it's a beautiful thing. Craft beer is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there's a difference between being honest and like being disrespectful.
Yes.
Like you can be honest and not be disrespectful, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to get away from.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be honest, but we don't want to be disrespectful. And I think right now, sometimes I see too much disrespect and not enough.
Like appreciation and talking.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
that might be, in my opinion, one of the reasons why like we have such a loyal customer base as well is because
guys
they
do.
know
Yeah.
they know that like we're not here to talk shit. We're not here to dog on somebody's beer, like somebody's art form. Like if you want to know our genuine opinion, like maybe this IPA isn't my favorite, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, worst IPA on the board. I'll be like, well, like
That's tough, yeah.
this is what this one tastes like. I prefer this one, but they know that they can count on us being honest and
Yeah.
about us giving our opinion if they ask for it. Like,
Facts.
you need recommendations, I'll tell you all 6 IPAs that are on tap right now. If you want to know what my favorite is, if you want to know what my least favorite is, like I will tell you, but I'm not sitting here trying to just like talk shit to talk shit. Like that's not the positive environment that we've created.
I was going to
here.
say, and I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's some people that come in here that are wanting to get that kind of
Yes.
reaction. They're
Yeah.
wanting us to kind of like
Feed
play,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
like play
Oh,
on
did
that.
you try this?
Right.
Like,
And we're like, yeah, we tried it.
yeah.
What do you think? You
Yeah.
know, like it's
Like let's put it back on you.
right. And I think that's kind of again like why it's it's really rad working here because we can do that.
Yeah.
Like I let them do that. I can do that. She can do that. Tyler can do that. Nani can do that. Roman can do that. Rick can do that.
Well, and they like customers also know like if you come in here and ask for an opinion about a beer, like we're not just gonna sit there and be like that one's good, that one's good, that one's good, that one's
Yeah.
good. Like we're not sitting here just telling you over like all the beers are
Well,
good.
I've seen you last time I was here. I forgot what I was doing. I was picking up a beer.
Yeah.
That my friend never showed up. It was a Martin House beer, whatever. It was a really, I hate that beer, but it's not because it's a bad beer. It's just
Was
I don't.
it the-
Jägermeister?
Yes,
Ah.
I hate that beer because I don't like black licorice. Black licorice sucks.
Black licorice. All right.
But so I got that beer, and then there was a customer here. You guys talked to him about the board. Like I like this, but it was not like I like this, and that's it. You're like I like this. I like for this lager is really good. And this is why I like this lager. Oh, you're not into lager. You're looking for a wheat beer. We don't have any wheat beers, but something's close enough to it that you might enjoy is this right here.
Right.
My
Yeah.
favorite phrase is it's in the same family. Because if you tell people like, oh, we don't have any lagers, they're like, oh, well
They're
then I
immediately
can't
turned
drink
off.
anything.
Yeah,
it's like
right.
we don't have any lagers, but like Hefeweizens, wheat beer, like these are all in the same family, and you're gonna like one of these. Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you. It's
Yeah,
not-
that's what I was
you're
hearing. I
not
like that.
limited.
I like that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, sorry.
no, go ahead. This is a conversation. Go ahead.
Well,
it's okay.
I think, and I think, I don't know if, like, how they see it, but for whatever reason, they put confidence in whoever's behind that bar.
Yeah.
So, like, even though we don't have a blonde, but Claire's over here saying, like, I don't have a blonde, but I have this lager, like, they trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They roll with it. They go
But
with
you
it.
do guys have a loyal fan base. You said that earlier.
Yeah.
That's true. You got people coming here just for events that you guys run in here for beers that they may not enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, and they just come for the love
Well,
of taps.
I don't even think if it's like a loyal customer. I think it's just because the amount of confidence that whoever's behind that bar has, like they're gonna trust whatever she says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True that. But
At least
also,
at least that's what I think. That's
you're-
my perception.
You're not wrong on that. Not wrong at all. But that's why I wanted to sit you guys out because does Roman have experience with this too? Of course. But you guys are right now on front line, so I want to hear your experience of it. You know?
front lines.
You guys are. One of the greatest quote I've heard is like, you're the face of craft beer to whoever walks through that door.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
hey, that's
God.
the truth. You are the face of craft beer.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is. You're not just the face
Damn.
of Taps, but if someone who walks in, but I've never heard anything bad about that. But if someone walks in and you have a shitty attitude, human nature is to say not just Taps is a bad place, but I don't like craft beer because they always full of dickheads or
Right.
something along those lines. You know, person may not speak like that, but it may put a negative connotation on it.
Yeah.
So in this area,
I definitely think about that. Not a lot, but if I'm ever having like an off day and we have somebody who comes in here who, you know, doesn't have exposure to craft beer, like I really, that's what tempers the, well, I'm having a shitty day, but I mean, like I'm at work, so I need to be fully there, but it's thinking about the fact that this person who comes in here doesn't like, they didn't come in here to feel like belittled or anything because they don't know anything about craft beer. They came in here with a little bit of confidence to be like, I don't know anything about craft beer and I need help.
Yeah.
Like, I need help picking something. I don't know anything about it. Like, what do you know? Like, impart some knowledge on me, which I feel like just goes back to that whole learning environment of what Taps and Caps truly, like, at the foundation, what we are.
It builds
is it's a learning environment.
Yeah.
Like, it's beer, but it's also educating people and educating the people who work here. Like, we are all constantly learning. Like, it's not just like, well, we know everything. I don't know. Like, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything, but I think that's like one of the most unique things.
Perfect and honesty. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Are you coming to Pickle Fest? We have Pickle Fest on the 24th.
You don't know me. I hate pickles. So here's two things I think come from the devil: ranch, pickles.
Those are like my two favorite things put together.
Literally, like what?
But you know where pickles come from?
Why?
Ball
Cucumbers.
sweat. The devil's ball sweat.
No.
No.
That's what pickles are.
No.
You get cucumbers. Cucumbers hurt me. Because cucumbers is delicious,
That's
and then
fair.
you put it in the devil's ball juice, and then you get pickles out of it.
Do you not like kombucha either? Because
Okay,
that's
did you have a traumatic childhood vomiting experience
No.
that involved pickles?
I've
Because
hated
I feel
pickles since I was a kid.
That's where that starts.
It's literally disgusting. It's literally disgusting.
But you have to have a reason. Like, it's not just like, one day I woke up and I fucking hate pickles. Like,
No, I've had it.
Where did it
I
start?
grew up eating a regular burger, and then I turned around 8 or 9 years old. So I went to a ballpark and they gave me a burger with a pickle. And I was like, "What is this disgusting shit?"
a burger. What?
I was like, "It's distinctive. Like I've been into a perfectly well-made burger, a
Was
pickle."
it a bread and butter? Do you like bread and butter pickles? Yeah.
I prefer spicy.
I don't know.
I prefer spicy,
I was
but
gonna say maybe like, but who heard you? That's so
Well,
sad.
you know where ranch comes from?
Yeah.
It's the cheese on the side of the devil's balls that they pick
No,
off and make it
stop.
ranch.
no, that's blue cheese.
That's
blue
blue
cheese.
cheese. But
No,
blue
that's
cheese is
ranch.
actually pretty good. But where did the ranch thing come from?
I never had ranch until I moved to Texas.
I was about to say you must not be from. Well, neither are you.
I'm not, but I'm a normal ass human who loves pickles and ranch dressing.
Where are you from?
I'm from Seattle.
How do they eat ranch out there?
I was gonna say I feel like ranch is like totally like a South thing.
Yeah, but they eat ranch out there. No, I didn't eat ranch growing up. So when I came out here and everybody was eating ranch, I was like, I'll try this thing. I was like, oh, this fucking diabetes, clogged arteries.
That's fair.
Like, get out of here.
It
I
is,
know.
but it's so
That's
good. Like
Texas.
fried pickles with ranch dressing.
I'm glad you
Oh my
enjoy it.
God.
I'm really glad you enjoy it.
Well, that sucks. You're not gonna be here for that.
I'll be here
It's
just to
like-
make fun of you
We're gonna
guys.
have barbecue too. It's
I'll
gonna
be here for
so
the barbecue.
good. No,
There you
you
go.
can't come if you're not gonna drink the pickle beer.
What?
No, you're not.
So my
invited.
so here's a funny
Have
stuff.
you
My
ever
ex
even tried a pickle beer before?
Yeah.
Which one?
Like I had homebrewers who make like people who love pickles.
Okay, but you haven't had like
Martin House.
or like a
That's
like
where
New
I
Bron-
have
like
it.
a brewery.
No.
No.
I like she just said Martin House.
Because I can't remember if that's who it is or if we're
No, that
still
is.
doing it with them. Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I have not. I'll try a sample of it, but no. My ex had to pissed me off. She used to love pickle slushies.
Nice.
Oh, okay, no,
Tasty.
that's too much.
She loves everything
That's
pickle.
too much.
You get an icy.
I think you're just traumatized.
And then
you
I'll be
are.
sitting there on the couch or just walking into the house and she's like, give me a kiss. I'm like, all right, hey. And it tastes good. I'm like,
Stop. No.
throw up over here.
No. That's so bad.
Dang, that's
I was
funny.
telling you the other day about Demetrius, how, was I telling you this? How like I love pickles and he would always give me like
Yeah.
if we got pickles on
How I
the
Met
side
Your
of
Mother.
anything, Yeah, it's like How I Met Your Mother. So we had been dating for like a year or something like that, and I can't remember what happened, but I was like, no, you don't like pickles. And he was like, no, I love pickles. And I was like, then why do you always give me your pickles? Because he'll always give me the side, the spear, whatever he has with his meal. Like, he'll always give them to me. And I was like, no, I thought you hate them. He's like, no, I love them. It's just that you like them so much, I wanted to give them to you. And I was like,
He hates pickles. He hates pickles. How old is it? Was he 1,000 years old, Demetrius?
no. No, he's 26.
That was an old school name right
No,
there.
he's Greek, half Greek.
He's definitely 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
I need to see I need to see it.
You follow me on Instagram. You've seen a picture of him.
I know. I need to see a birth certificate that's authentic. Because
I don't know if I can do that for you.
he's from Greece. I don't trust him. The funny thing about it, Astoria, Queens is really known for having a lot of Greeks. My best friend loves Greek food and stuff like that. I don't like Greek food either.
I haven't been exposed to it enough to have an opinion, so I don't know.
Heck, y'all.
No, it's just me. But here's the thing.
Straight up looks like broth.
I know, you say that every time.
Because I can't get over it.
But look at the difference.
That looks like a tropical wonderland. And this looks like chicken broth.
All about it.
Straight up.
I do like me some chicken broth.
All about it.
Me too, but I know that this is beer, so that just makes it worse.
But who just drinks chicken broth unless we're like starving? Like, just
I love
You'll
chicken broth.
eat soup. You'll eat soup in like 100-degree weather.
that's not uncommon.
You guys aren't from the South.
But I'll
I'm
drink
from the
some chicken
islands.
broth.
So we eat for dinner or usually is like whatever you did eat for lunch. So my family comes from working on farms. So your lunch is the middle of the day, like 12 o'clock, but it's a big meal because you still got to finish working on the farm.
Right.
So they eat the big old rice, the beef, the plantain, salads, everything full of carbs and protein. But then whatever's left, or whatever bones and meat is left and rice, they make a soup out of it for dinner.
Bone broth.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of bone broth.
Yeah. So let's switch gears from talking shit about people to YouTube.
We weren't already talking about us?
No, so,
Greek people?
well, off camera, we talked about your favorite channel, I guess PewDiePie, or one of your favorite channels.
It's definitely Demetrius' favorite. I wouldn't say it's mine. I don't watch a ton of YouTube videos usually. Like the cooking simulation video was like, he showed that to me. Or the Dr. Phil videos, like
Okay.
he'll pre-watch them and he'll be like, this shit is hilarious. Like, you have to watch it. Yeah, like between that and H3 though, like the H3 podcast, I definitely dig H3 more, just because I'm obsessed with Ethan's wife, Hila. Like, and they just had a baby and they have a dog. And
I never got into
so
H3,
fucking
because they
cute.
do interviews now too, but I can't do it whenever she talks.
Because of what?
When his wife talks,
Uh-huh.
nothing bad about her.
Really?
Her accent just kills me. I'm like,
Really?
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
turn that
God.
off.
I feel
love
like
her so
I was gonna say I feel like if you can get past that, I think you'd really appreciate like his content.
Well,
But,
I
like-
appreciate my other people's stuff because it's not because she doesn't play a pivotal role, but for some reason when it's not on their home turf, she doesn't talk as much. So I can hear in some of their clips and their content, and I hear other interviews they do. But yeah, just her accent, it fucks with me.
Really?
Really?
Because I think why I like it so much is like he's able to bounce off of her.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell they love each other. They have a really good dynamic and
Right.
conversations.
But I think that with him, like, he is not so out there, but he's out there, and she kind of not reins him in, but
Brings
she,
him down.
She brings him down, and she's like, "All right, but have you thought about this?" And he's like, "Shit, Ela." Like,
Yeah, like damn,
why'd
I
you
sound
make
like
me feel like
I
that?
sound like a dick.
Yeah.
Like thanks for bringing me back. To not
Yeah,
being a dick.
which I can understand, like from like what you're saying, but I don't know.
Her accent is the only reason I don't watch it.
I feel like if you
Yeah.
can get over that, like they have
Yeah.
such good content to
Well,
share.
I give them a subscribe just because I want to support them.
Well, there you
But-
go.
But I
Hell
don't
yeah.
watch their stuff.
That's okay.
Well, I think you could
You
also
just
maybe
play
find
it and mute it.
I was gonna say like
Get the views.
some inspiration too. You know,
Yeah.
because obviously like you know you're
Yeah.
doing this too. So
I do. But I like watching interviews. That's how I know I'm not a good interviewer. Because like the Hot Ones Wings guy is a great interviewer.
Oh, First We Feast.
Yeah, Sean Evans. Now you say now you got the whole name now. Because I couldn't remember his name for a second. But it goes hand in hand. I think he's a great interviewer. I like the way he sets his things
Oh, yeah.
up.
No, yeah, for
his
sure.
research he does on every.
because it's not like one layered. Like
Yeah.
he gets like in depth.
Yeah.
And you can tell what he likes and doesn't like, but he talks all positive stuff on the interview, makes them feel comfortable, even though because he knows they're eating Def Wings.
Right.
Yep.
So
I actually have one of those sauces.
I do. I have the Los Calientes.
Nice. So I have Zombie Apocalypse.
Ah,
I don't know if they still have it, but that was like one of the older ones, maybe.
Yeah, no, I got the Los Calientes for their three main ones that they make: the classic Los Calientes, and then the Last Dab.
Nice.
So I didn't do the Last Dab, so I went down the middle.
That's my goal. I don't know if I can handle it now.
So
I
do you
don't
want
need
me
a
to put
whole
up
lot
the
of spicy.
So last year, at the end of the year video, I did Spicy Noodles Challenge, and I'm not really good with spicy foods. I was crying like a little baby. But this year, I'm gonna do Spicy Thai Food Challenge.
Nice. Are you gonna
Record it.
Hell yeah.
You want to be part of it?
Yeah, get this boy on
Why
it.
not?
Like, he's here
I'm
for
down.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate myself after, but it's
Oh,
alright.
everybody hates themselves. So
That's true.
This the reason why I really hated the challenge last year, because I did 2 challenges in one. So I did the Juggernaut Challenge. That's part of the Duck Group, which in that Duck Group is what you do is chug 12 to 14 ounce beers in less than 30 seconds.
Whoa.
God, no.
Do you know how to shotgun?
No, I have not shotgun, and I've worked in
I shotgunned 2 times yesterday
Jesus.
at the festival.
Was that your first time?
No, my
Oh,
first
okay.
time was at
I was gonna say, me and no rookie.
no, my first time was last year at Observerfest. They told me how to shotgun.
Well, so you missed it because you went to the restroom, but
Yeah, so at Cidercade, literally we got a little tour around the facility, and like I told them, I was like, I'm so stoked for food. Like I don't like drinking on an empty stomach. Like I know plenty of people who can do that shit. I refuse.
You gotta
to do
know
that.
yourself.
I refuse to do that. So I was like, all right, food's gonna be here when we show up. There was no food, which is totally fine. Like we're gonna wait, but we get a little tour around Bishop and like their facility and canning and packaging and everything. And then they're like, well, shit, like let's fucking shotgun. And then everyone's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Like, I literally just like went around everybody and then stayed in the bathroom for like 5 minutes. I don't even think I actually went to the bathroom. I was literally just like standing in there, washing my hands,
Truth comes
hanging
out.
I mean, it's not a
And
bad
then I
thing.
came back and they were like, Claire, where were you? And I was like, I had to pee. Like, sorry.
Lies.
Not a bad thing.
Rick,
Sorry.
watch this.
Sorry, Rick.
I think that's the thing. Like Rick
I
was.
did drink later, but
I was gonna say, like, Rick was giving me shit because these guys are so responsible. All of them. I had to do Tyler and Jordan's shotgun because they didn't know how to do it. Like, what the hell, man?
Well, if it was last year, I wouldn't know how to do it either. I've seen.
No, and like I said,
Yeah, I never went to college.
and that's the thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, I think it's great that like
Is that a bad thing I went to college?
No, not
Joking.
that. I'm just saying, like, the fact that like, I have a staff that's not wanting to constantly get drunk
Yeah.
24/7. Like,
Responsibility. What is
well,
this?
but that was like shotgunning. Whenever I first started here, because it was cold outside, like that was like the fucking shit. Like everyone would be like, "Hey, we're going to shotgun." Like, and then they'd go at the back and they'd go shotgun and they'd like collect people. We're being honest right now. You
Well,
know
I
about
wouldn't
it.
say shotgun was chugged because when we did the
Like
video
whenever
last
like
year.
regulars are here, like they'll go with Rick
oh,
and they'll go to the
but
back.
not with you guys
Oh
though.
no, they invite us. We're always invited.
Oh, you always just say no.
I was just saying no. But I'm saying, like, whenever I first started here, that was like, you know, everyone would talk about doing that. And they're like, oh, do you want to go shotgun? I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. That's kind of scary. Like,
Has a gun in the
no.
name.
Yeah, like,
I'm good.
I'm fine. And then, like, obviously, as I figured out what it was, but it's just like, there's nothing to me that appeals about shotgunning. Like, I like appreciating a drink for what it actually is.
Right.
Not just like, I'm going to fucking
Well,
chug it.
it's funny that you say this because in the craft beer community, that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't implement that now
Right.
anymore, but 2 years ago, like that was something that was done every Friday. That was a way for us to
Friday.
bond because
Yeah, shotgun Friday.
yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's not necessarily like a good or a bad thing, but it's part of the industry. Like that's just the thing that craft beer.
But you can see, so one thing about it, yeah, drink is part of the job title and hanging out and being communicative.
Right.
Is a great blessing and a curse because people who don't, you can tell who does not think it. What I'm trying to say is you can see who's not responsible and can't take care of
Well,
themselves
and like
because
I
they go
said-
downhill real fast.
And that's the thing, like, you know, me being in this industry for as long as I have, I've dealt with both. Like, I'm at a point now to where I have a staff who is responsible and they're here because they want to be here. And they're here not just because they want to get fucked up, they're here because they actually appreciate more than just the alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why we have, you know, the vibe that you get, you know, like that
That
sense,
family-
yeah,
family
like that
vibe,
sense
yeah.
of family, that sense of comfortability, that sense of like you can come here and take off your shoes and put your feet up if you want it. You know?
Don't do that though. Do not do
Don't
that.
do that. But I'm just saying,
Take off your shoes.
just saying, you know, it's one of those things
Those
where
fetishes are real.
for a lot of people this is like, you know, second home.
Yeah, definitely. There was that guy that was a local here that you knew what he wanted already and poured his beer for him.
Oh, I can't remember.
The
who it
Firestone
was,
guy,
but-
the Firestone guy. The Firestone Walker guy?
Oh. I
Was
don't
it
know
Nate?
that.
Old white guy?
No.
Because there's some people like we don't even like. I mean, we won't pour the beer, but
It's
we'll.
usually people who get Velvet Hammer. We just know because
That's
there are
true.
people who are like on some Velvet Hammer shit where it's like every single time, like they
That's true.
don't stray. So we know like you see them in the parking lot, just go ahead and pour it.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna deviate.
And
Fair enough.
But that's people like that.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
like the
people
whole.
should stop making red ales after that. Like, come on, listen. Let's be honest. If you,
The DFW.
yes, yeah. If your red ale is not better than Velvet Hammer, like, why make one? Like, it's not gonna sell.
I mean,
Damn.
we could sell it, but
Hey, you see that? You see that confidence right there?
Okay,
but
you can sell it. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Like, if it's not like a twist on it with like a fruited part to it, or different. If you're just doing a pure
I
red,
will tell you though,
I disagree.
our customers, if Velvet Hammer had some sort of variation, they would not be on board. I
no,
do
I'm not
think
talking about
they'd be
Velvet
on
Hammer. I'm talking
board.
about other customers. Like, you gotta be different. You can't just be in pure red.
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
like you can't be a different brewery and just like
You
come
do
out
it
with a red
with
ale.
pure red, or you can come out with a regular red. But if you're trying to come out with a pure red,
has
if it's
to
not
be-
better than Velvet Hammer,
Well,
Some variation.
and that's fair, but I think that's why we exist because it's someone like her that can push a smaller guy that's not Velvet Hammer
Yeah.
and sell it.
Or
mean,
say
fair
like,
enough.
have you tried
but
this?
it's also
Right.
like Hop Fusion has a red that has a twist of fruited stuff to it. Yeah, cool. That's different. But
Right.
they come out with a pure red. They gotta be different. It can't be just a regular pure red that has a high ABV because if it's not better than Petty Colas, don't do it, man.
That's fair.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
Do it.
yeah, that's fair. But again, like maybe we're just super confident because I know that she could sell a red ale that's not Velvet Hammer.
I don't deny it. I don't deny it. Yo, her Greek boyfriend in the background.
oh my god, he's not gonna watch. He's gonna watch this and he's gonna be so
He's gonna be like,
mad.
who's this idiot interviewer? He's like, the worst one ever. We're going back to PewDiePie.
And you're so nice. He's gonna meet you. He's like, this motherfucker.
No, it's this old way of thinking. I'm old. You guys, you don't make me feel old.
Well, see, but why do we make you feel old? Because tell me why you feel that way.
I come from different. I'm not much older than you guys, honestly. I'm 30,
Yeah,
so I'm not much older. But I come
Sure.
from my environment growing up is much different.
sure.
Very direct, very aggressive. You know, very politically correct, not politically correct. That's not even a word. Politically correct? That's not even a word.
Yeah.
What am I saying there? But not politically. Now I'm fucking up.
Politically.
It's not because of alcohol, guys. maybe not. But yeah, just being very abrasive and stuff like that. So that's why I say funny things like Greek people, beta people.
Right.
It's a very abrasive,
Right.
but it's funny. But
That's fair.
everybody who knows me, I'm not serious about
Well,
any of
yeah,
that
you
stuff.
don't mean anything by
Yeah.
it.
No, I don't. But I think also, kind of going back to beer, I think that's a lot of the demographic that we have in craft beer. It's a lot of
Old people.
old people, exactly. And I think it's people like me and her that are kind of trying to change.
Well, that's why I asked you about the festivals, because at every festival I go to, majority of people are older.
Exactly.
The younger people will probably be in my age range, between 29 and 35 age range, who getting back into craft beer or been in craft beer for a while.
Right.
But outside of that, they're usually in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they coming up to beer festivals.
Right.
And I did the one last night. Like, it's not knocking it. I like it. Your coworker, I ran into him over here. What's his name? I forgot.
Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Ran into him, and he saw me drop my equipment. I almost had like a mini panic attack. Like I had the tripod on wheels, and I had the gimbal on top of it, and then I just collapsed, and I was just like had a mini heart attack. I was like,
Oh no.
but he showed up. He was out there, but he was like again my age group. He's in my age group.
Yeah.
Like, outside of us, not too many other people. Not
Yeah.
too many 25-year-olds out there.
Again, and I think that's what's cool about
Changing.
exactly,
we're trying,
exactly, and that's the thing.
swear.
That's the thing. Like,
Trying.
I know it's kind of stupid, but I think because my age and like me not having a beard, like there's a stigma with that. People will try to discredit me talking about an IPA because I don't have a beard.
I'm a girl. Like, I'm
Where's
a
your
young
beard at?
girl.
Exactly.
Where's your beard at?
Exactly.
I
like,
do have a beard, just so we can put that out there. My neck beard
Her
is
neck beard is fully grown in.
huge. But, like, yes, that's absolutely totally valid. Like, you're a certain age, you don't have a beard. And for me, I'm a certain age and I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many fucking times some assholes walked in here and been like, are you even old enough to work here? Or it's just completely overlooked me. Like, if I'm working with Jacob or Tyler or anyone, and I'll be like, hi, how are you? I'm the first fucking person they see, and they're looking at the board, don't say shit to me, and then they immediately look at the dude and they go, what's your favorite beer? And I will say, this one, Tyler, like, they're very good at deflecting and saying, well, my favorite's this. Claire, what is your favorite? Trying to re-include me back in that
I
conversation.
like cider. I hate beer. Claire, what's your favorite
Actually,
beer?
I'm really just
Whoa.
digging the root beer right now, so Claire would be your best
That's
bet.
interesting because a few weeks ago on a podcast, I forgot who brought it up, but it was another young lady about that, and I never thought about it like that before, about being dismissed. Yeah. Does that happen often, or does it happen more enough that you remember it?
I think it doesn't happen nearly as often as when I first started, but I also think that I've maybe developed more of a thicker skin about it, because when I first started here, I was like, all right, like, I can ask for IDs, like, I know what I'm talking about, like, I'm trying to, have confidence here, and, like, confidence in what I know, whereas now it's like, dude, I know what I know, and if you're gonna fucking come in here and try and challenge me about it, like, that's you alone by yourself. Like, I'm not playing that game with you. Like, I know what I know, and I'm confident in that. That's the end of the conversation. So I feel like now, like, it's not nearly as bad as at the beginning, but like I said, I think it's because I've developed a thicker skin. So when people are like, oh my God, are you even old enough to work here? I'm like, yeah, I fucking am. Can I get you a beer?
I mean, you can serve liquor at 18, so
Yeah,
fuck
like,
out of here.
chill. But anyways, yeah,
No.
it's definitely not, like I said, it's not as bad as whenever I first started, but I think that because I'm here so much, like, we do have, like we said, that loyal fan base of people who we do see a lot of new faces, but we see the same people over and over and over again. So they know, like, all right, this girl, like, she's recommended me good beers. She knows what she's talking about. Like, it's just a
Build a
little bit
reputation
extra
and
time.
knowledge.
Yeah, a little bit extra time that I had to put in that effort to build that reputation of, like, no, I do know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need to challenge me.
I was gonna say, I think too, what's really cool about what we do is we challenge our customers. Like, there's a guy that comes in that he only drinks Velvet Hammer, and there's some days, like, if I'm feeling a certain type of way, I'm gonna be like, you know what, man, like, you're not getting Velvet Hammer today. I'm gonna find you something different. And it's like, at first he's like, well, fuck you, like, I want Velvet Hammer. But the fact that I'm
Those
challenging
Velvet Hammer
that,
guys, dude.
and that's what I'm saying, like, but the fact that I'm challenging, like, you know what, like, I think that you're gonna like this better, or you might like this a little bit more. Here you go.
And if you don't like it, okay, you can have
Right,
Velvet
but just
Hammer.
like we're here to like open up your mind.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of us being back
expanding
here.
your palate. Well, this is again, if you would have met me 2 years ago, I probably would have been one of those boring people like, I don't drink beer, bro. Help me out here. Because I really don't. I didn't really drink beer. But over time, with people like you, where they feel comfortable and you can they allow you to suggest a beer that's not out in their warehouse.
I mean, we're all out right now. Like you heard it, we're all out of White Claw because we sold White Claw.
Listen, I ain't
We
gonna lie.
keep up with the times.
White Claw was pretty delicious. I had it for the first time last night.
Well, there you
that
go.
That truly was legit though.
Truly's good too.
Truly,
But I'm just saying, like, somebody will come in here and be like, oh, like, why do you have White Claw? It's like, okay, well, have you tried it? Like, we're here to open up your mind. Like,
well, I'm glad because that picture of you guys posted, you and Roman, made me like, you know what, I have to drink it. I gotta drink at this
there
point.
you go, see? It
I gotta
worked.
drink at this point. Everybody else is drinking
worked.
it.
It worked.
Nerds.
I walked into a bar and they had it like, yo, give me that White Claw. I'm
There you
gonna
go.
drink that.
See? Hey, but you opened up your mind about
Yo,
it.
that shit was good though.
You
Yo,
opened
that
up
truly
your-
was good though. That blueberry, mixed blueberry, whatever, from Truly, that shit was off the chain.
Pineapple. I already said it.
Pineapple, I gotta find it. I gotta find the pineapple. I love pineapple. It's my second favorite fruit.
It's at Target, literally right next door.
Well, I'm
They got
going to
some
Target. Pineapple is my second favorite fruit. Peaches are my first.
First? Damn.
I go to Peach Farms almost every month.
Can we talk about how many people are on this like guava prickly pear kick right now?
Is that just? I think that's just you.
I'm talking about people like coming out with beers like that, like prickly pear guava. Like I understand
So-
it's summer. Like I get it.
I was gonna say every summer, every summer's different. Because 2 years ago was raspberry.
But like why this year is
It's
it prickly pear guava?
I'm pretty sure last year was peach.
Like
I know
some
it was
people are doing guava
it was my
dirty.
year. That was my year.
I was gonna say, yeah, last year was peach. Like that's just the trend. Like
For what next year's
But-
gonna be.
but
Can we
prickly-
take bets for what next year's gonna be?
We could make a bet board. You could put all the fruits on there.
Yeah.
And what's the
Like,
trend
what we
for the
think
summer?
2020
Yeah.
is gonna be.
yeah, because I
We
mean,
could- I'm down for it. I'm so serious about that bet board. Put everybody's name on it. The fruit that you're gonna think is gonna come out. What month do you think is gonna come out?
Like people can add. No, I don't.
No. I feel like you put the list of the fruits we think that we know people use in
And then
beer.
they can put a tally mark.
Tally mark, but we want to guess when it's gonna really pop off. What part of the summer? Like the months of summer, June to August. We see where it's gonna pop off at the most, the peak,
Right.
and then we go with the fruits, and then
yeah.
put your
'cause
tally
there's
behind
also
it.
spring too. Like spring is like
Now
a season for
spring is weird. Summer always sticks with one for some reason. I don't know why. That's a good question. I don't know why. But let's make this bet. I'm spit God, I'm down.
grapefruit too. I feel like
Yeah.
well maybe just
I feel like grapefruit it carries over through all. It's not like it's pretty time resistant. It's not just like well in summer of 19 it was fucking guava and prickly pear.
well. So your favorite legal draft, the summer shandy. I've never seen grapefruit like
Shout
that.
out to Legal Draft.
Yeah.
You know who I did the shotgun with last night?
Legal draft.
Damn right.
What
Twice.
beer was it?
Presumed innocent?
No, we did the lager, and then I did the shandy the second time.
The summer recess?
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Oh,
No,
look
but
at
you
that.
did the barrel day version. I was there for their industry night. They had like a private industry night
Oh,
2 months
really?
ago. Yeah, you don't watch my IGTV? I was there legal draft.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, there was one.
I don't
night,
connect with the young folks.
All right.
I'll have to give a shout out to Rick because he got our keg of summer recess for me. It's on number 27. If anyone wants to come into Taps and Caps and buy it, please do because Rick got it just for me. Because there was one night, it was like at the beginning of summer or like end of spring or something. I can't remember. I went to the bottle shop up the street at Lone Star and I was like just picking out random things. Like I got an alcoholic kombucha and I was like, well, that sounds good. I like ginger, so I grabbed it, went home, tried it, and immediately like texted Jacob. I was like, why the fuck has no one told me about this? And he was like, well, like I just like we don't really have shandies. Like it's just not normally what we have. And Rick literally asked the beer rep like every single week. He's like, can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get this?
You gotta come by and buy it. So
Finally, you got it for me.
here's the thing: we need two things.
Now we have 2 shandies on tap.
And the other thing, the problem though that I'm having with selling it is that it tastes like ginger ale, and I feel like I need to stop saying that to people. Like, oh, it tastes like Canada Dry because they
Yeah.
associate Canada Dry with your stomach hurting.
Yeah.
And like, people are very hit and miss about ginger, which is like it hurts my heart because ginger, first of all, is so good for you. Second of all, it tastes great.
Ginger ale up to the stomach goes
But
hand
like,
in hand.
it's man, I don't know what people's deal is with ginger. It's just like it
All I will say about
but-
this, you need to go to Legal Draft. Check their tap in tap because if they still have any of the barrel aged shandy,
Okay.
that is absolutely delicious. It's called Chumped Up Charges. It's 10% and it tastes like fucking candy. It's delicious.
I mean, the one
It's
that we
already
have right
so
now is
sweet.
kind of like tastes like candy already.
It tastes like candy, but imagine 10%
I was
versus
about to
3%.
say this is only like 3%.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, because they barrel aged it. But one thing about Legal Draft, and like I was telling the head brewer last night, my thing about Legal Draft, what with respect is honesty. And when talking to the owner from the podcast, because prior to that, I don't like Legal Draft beer. I honestly don't like most of their beers, but compared to other craft beer. But what the philosophy of the owner, and he was honest about it, he's like, I wanted to be quick to market. I want something I could reproduce multiple times,
Right.
no matter where I'm at, no matter what system I have. It's gonna be the same recipe, and then we could push it out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And what they did is they eliminated 90% of their debt within the first 3 years of being open.
Wow.
So most breweries are not in, like they're still massively in
Yeah.
debt. They're on the up, you know? So you gotta appreciate them for being honest. They figured out the game, and now what they're gonna do and what they're trying to do now is their barrel aged system. They're trying to expand their portfolio on beers and be more of a craft beer location. but it took him some time. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, we make the best beers. That's the truth. He's like, here's the truth. I want to be quick to market. I want a beer that can reproduce as fast as possible, be in cans as fast as possible, and in market as fast as possible, and reproduce that over and over again.
Yeah.
So of course you gotta make a lager that tastes like most other generic big brand lagers.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the honesty. So I appreciate that. And then when we went out to industry night after the podcast, he invited us a few months later. Don't know why he invited Dallas Beer Talk. Like everybody invited was like big name, like media people. I'm
Yeah.
like, I was like, I don't know why I'm here. Just rubbing elbows. But the beers that we're producing is the part that I was excited about because now
Right.
they're like, okay, we don't have to worry about debt as much. They still have
Yeah.
some debt, but now
But
you
it's
don't have to
not
worry.
as substantial.
It's not the big part of it. So now we're in market. They know our name. Now let's barrel age stuff. Now let's take the shandy and let's barrel age that because it trumped up charges.
Wow.
Let's do other things. Let's do new experimental beers. Let's work on two. They did 2 habeas corpus, 1 and 2 batches for hazy IPAs. One 12%, one 11%, one 6%. 6% would taste better, but they experimented now, and I
Yeah.
respect that. So shout out to Legal Drive.
That's cool.
That is cool because I think again there's a big part of the industry where it's like everybody's trying to jump on the train, and it's like, you know, not everybody's already like good at that train. Like you know, there's some breweries that are good at stouts, and the craze right now is hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
So like a brewery that's good at stouts, and they're trying to get on that hazy, like the first thing that they produce is not going to be the best.
Yeah.
And they're going to get shit for that, which sucks because they just haven't perfected it yet. You know.
But it's like even Celestial and Turnpike when they first came out, their hazes weren't the greatest. But that was just their first batch, new system, they're working out the kinks. Boom, you switch up.
Wait,
It's weird.
wait, what about Celestial?
Their first batch of hazies weren't good.
Oh boy.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. Save
Yeah.
this for another time. Jacob is like fanboy.
I love
over
Matt, and I love
Celestial.
George because George from Southern Craft Workers, the
Also,
backup brewer.
Hi Molly, we love you too.
Molly's awesome too. First, so you know what? I
love you
never,
so much.
you know what? I get shit about that because Molly plays a big key in that marketing team
Like,
and
I'm
helping
obsessed
out.
with her.
I don't shout out Molly enough.
I'm not giving you my shirt.
I'm always saying,
Okay.
damn.
That, like their shirts, I got a tank top from them that's just the Celestial logo. It's like the pink and white, super cute. And then he went and got one that's like the greatest shirt that they have because it looks like their wall. It's blue, right? Or is
No,
it
it's black.
It's black, but it has like the constellations. It says Celestial on it or whatever. I keep trying to get him to give it to me, but he won't. So I
You gotta
need
steal
to.
it. You gotta go to his house one day, have a house party.
We're not friends. We're not
No,
friends.
I'm not saying he has a house party just you to go. He has an actual house party where you can sneak away and steal his shit.
Yeah, maybe I can convince Roman to steal it.
Either way, Celestial.
He likes me.
No, I love Celestial. So I'm doing a beer commercial, and they inspired my beer commercial. So what I'm gonna do? Well, Roman and Celestial inspired my beer commercial. The ones that Roman's been doing the last few weeks, I like those. So what I want to do is take a Bond, whatever. I don't listen to rock music, but it's a space song called Space Odyssey by a white guy in the '80s.
Okay.
Do we need to Google?
Yeah, no, you don't need to Google this. My friend's gonna laugh at me because he has his idea, but he loves Polar Replacement, and I love the sour IPAs too that Celestial's pumping out. So what we're gonna do is go around DWR with all the Dallas artwork and have him in the far ground and the beer in the front ground, and have him trying to chase the beer in different locations in Dallas, and then make it to Celestial, and then he'll finally catch it and drink it at Celestial.
Nice.
Does
Yeah.
that make up for his
Yeah.
comment about their first batch of hazes?
Yeah, it does. It does.
But it's not because I never went to see their first batch. I never, nor did I ever try. But everybody who loves Celestial were honest about it. Like the first batches weren't the greatest.
Well, and that's fair because I think a lot of the like the few times that I do go, I am able to try stuff like straight from the tank,
Yeah.
which for most people is like too green or hasn't had time to settle. But I love that.
Well, so do I.
I'm all about that.
Shout out to Matt and George Leonard get examples of stuff early all the time. So shout out to them. But Molly, I gotta talk about Molly. 'Cause I always talk about Misty. And Misty's my favorite person from Manhattan Project. I love Carl. I love Jeremy.
Oh, I
They're
met
great.
Misty. I like her too.
Misty's the absolute best, and she's an absolute beast. I'm gonna tell you a story about her in a second. But Molly's in my opinion, Molly's on the same level. But I not purposely forget to mention her. I'm just such a fanboy of Misty. I'm always saying Misty, and I forget to talk about Molly. But
Right.
Molly does a lot of social media stuff for them, scheduling for them, always working at the bar for them, helping events for them. Like, she does a lot in the background too, similar to Misty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta talk about her too. She's a fucking beast.
She's so
I mean,
great.
we love Manhattan Project too. I think we have 4 beers on tap
Yep,
right
right
now.
now I
from
saw
them.
that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So apparently they're gonna have like a membership stuff. So Rick was talking shit about me because I was like, I didn't know they're gonna have a membership stuff when they open up like a bottle stuff like every other brewery does. And I was like, well, I guess I gotta get it because if I've been fanboying for them for the last 2 years and I don't get the membership, that's gonna be like a dickhead move. And Rick's like, yeah, you gotta get
Not
it.
a real fanboy.
Yeah, you can't be a real fanboy without the membership. Like, man, I don't got $300. I'm poor, Rick. I'm not like you. Poor, man. I'm on YouTube. Let's talk about your YouTube channel because we're gonna get your YouTube channel popping.
Dude, I don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. Where is it at?
I don't have
You
one.
need a YouTube channel and I need a podcast.
I think it should be the other way around.
We should do both. Both.
I don't want a YouTube channel.
I want a podcast, not a YouTube channel.
Okay, but you can do both. You know that, right?
That
because
is true.
This, I
That
take
is
this
true.
and make it audio and the visual
That
part
is
of it.
true because I do enjoy watching podcasts. Like I enjoy to watch this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch it. But like the comedians who do podcasts that's visual and audio. Yeah, I subscribe to the audio to get the numbers up, but I watch the visual part on YouTube. You know, I
Do you
like
watch
it.
Your Mom's House?
Yeah, Tom Segura.
Cool.
Nice.
He's one of my favorite comedians of all time.
His wife, I can never remember her name. Christina?
Yeah, I don't even know her
Just
name.
I love her. Her and her TikTok videos, like, sorry we're getting back on the YouTube thing, but like,
Yeah.
her like little segment of like, let me
You
show
know,
you all
they-
the TikTok videos that I've like,
Well,
curated for
she
you.
took over that segment for Tom because for a long time it was Tom's crazy YouTube videos or internet videos where it was people like dying and shit.
Oh my god, because there was one where he was like, well, let me show you the videos that I watch. And it was like a guy being decapitated
Yeah.
or something. And she
He's
was like,
laughing.
He was laughing because he thought that, like, he didn't think that it was a decapitation. He thought it was,
He was like, oh, shit.
kill me." And then everyone, like, Christina's just like horrified. Like, babe, that is not funny at all.
But making fun of retards, they call them the special TikToks. It's not funny either.
Oh damn.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She has like a whole thing. Like she like watches TikTok. Like that's her. It's like what Vine used to be. Like
Right.
watching TikToks. But
Yeah.
she like curates like for a little like segment.
For some reason, her algorithm has like the weirdest, kookiest,
She has
special
the
people.
Weirdest. Do you watch Your Mom's House?
It's a
Okay,
very
you
tough
need to
podcast.
watch,
No,
yeah.
it's a tough podcast listen to. It's one of the
I
tough.
mean, I'm already intrigued. You're saying
You
it's
should
tough.
listen.
Now I want to know.
No, you need to watch
You
it.
should listen to
He
it.
loves it. You would like it.
Here's the deal. For everybody who loves podcasts, especially comedians podcasts,
Sure.
out of all of them, Joey Diaz in Your Mom's House is the roughest one to listen to.
Okay, but why is it so rough though?
Because for Joey Diaz, it's his voice and his raspy shit that he talks in. He always talking about his balls. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me. So I purpose that the way he sounds. He always talking about drugs and sometimes comedy interview, but it's mostly just him, being high as shit, talking about his balls.
Sure.
Hey, it's an interesting podcast. It's rough to listen to. Your Mom's House, they have segments, and they've been doing it for years. So they have their inner jokes. So if you just jump into it, it's tough to
That's
listen
true.
to.
If you like watching them, but if you literally just listen to the audio, it's hard because when they watch the TikTok videos, it's not like they're explaining every single video.
They're just watching it and
Yeah.
having a response to it.
And so it's way easier to watch Your Mom's House than it is to listen to Your Mom's House.
But also they have inside jokes that they do
Yeah.
from like Tom. Cause I'm a big stand-up comedian, so I
Yeah.
know all his jokes from his stand-up that they fed into their Mom's House and vice versa.
So it makes sense to you.
Yeah,
Whereas
kinda.
like somebody who doesn't know that aspect,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more
It's
difficult.
gonna be tough.
I haven't watched his stand-up except for like what little Demetrius has shown me, but like I really enjoy watching it. Like whether I know it or not, I think for me it's Christina. Christina's what makes it for me, and like their relationship. So
Yeah.
and they have kids. Like I don't know. I feel like they're very down to earth.
My favorite segment in Your Mom's House was they have a 6-foot painting of his son. He accidentally got.
Nice.
It was an accident because he's Portuguese.
Okay.
He's a white Portuguese, and he was talking to an artist in Spanish, and he was gonna get a painting for his son, and he got the dimensions wrong, and then he got a 6-foot painting.
Wow.
It was,
awesome.
And then he said he got to get a second one when he got a second kid. He was like, guys, I can't have one.
That's true. Now I'm picking a
1
favorite.
6 foot
Yeah.
and 3 foot.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys can do both. The reason why I say you can do both, you guys have a cell phone. You got iPhone X, right?
Yep.
You can do. You said same similar setup. This is like a Frankenstein setup, a similar setup like this. You get
Those
it
are
popping.
some of the best kinds, though.
Well, all this is years of doing it,
Yeah.
of trying to figure out what I can make it better. Because in my opinion, beer podcasts are one of the most boring podcasts to listen to. If
Why do you say that?
if you're not into beer.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're not, if you're not,
we're
if you're,
shooting the shit here, but like
if
we're
you're not-
also talking about the
community,
industry.
yeah.
And if you're not in the community in the industry
Well,
or
this is-
curious about it,
well, this is more relaxing versus like because we touch on beer, we touch about us, we touch about the community.
Right.
Similar to your mom house, they talk about comedy, talk about their stuff, talk about life.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you listen to a podcast about comedy and the structure of comedy, how to do a comedy, it's not interesting. And a lot of beer podcasts is the structure of what the beer is, how to make the beer, what's the style, what they're tasting.
Yeah,
Again, if you're
it's
in,
way more-
yeah, but if you're into that, of course you're gonna like it.
Right.
But it's not gonna feed the masses. And I want more people to do podcasts. It doesn't have to be beer related, but since you're in the beer industry, of course it's gonna feed into your podcast. Whatever you guys do for your podcast, it's gonna feed into it because you're part of the beer community. So as you guys get popular and you touch on beers, that's great because there's gonna be more eyes to beer.
That's fair. Well, and I think too, it goes back to like, you know, you weren't always into craft beer, and here you are having this conversation with us.
Yeah.
You're able to hold a conversation about craft beer. So it's, you know, I just think it's one of those things of like getting rid of that stigma, you know, like anybody can get into it. You can relate to it somehow, some way. You just have to.
Of course, we got to find a way to relate to it, right?
Which, I mean, we kind of talked about it. We talked about the art form. We talked about the appreciation of the hard work. We talked about, you know, someone like her who never knew anything about it, and now she can actually have a conversation.
I want to touch on something before we get out of here. How to get more young people into craft beer. Can we not have a beer festival / pool party?
Pool party? I mean, if that were to happen, there's going to be a shit ton of White Claws.
so much fucking.
I don't know how
White
much
Claw.
fucking craft beer there will be, but there will be a shit ton of
I'm
White
saying
Claw.
there'll be plenty. There'll be plenty.
Like, all right, we're giving you White Claws, but come work for us.
Come with us.
Yeah.
Craft
would-
beer.
I would
we
say-
sell White Claw.
I would say, but no, like we could do more events. Like the beer festivals are great, but we have to
Yeah.
have some kind of event that brings more eyes to people to come hang out versus just
Right.
drinking the beer.
And I get that, but I also
So,
think-
pool party was a fun thing that I think would be fun to see a bunch of these. Like I'm 300
Do
pounds.
you have a pool?
I
You're
could
gonna
get a
lend
pool.
us your pool.
I could get a
I
pool.
was gonna say, where the fuck are we getting this pool
We
from?
no, but we want
Fair
an
enough.
industrial pool. We want to be where you could get people the tents up so you get the beers up and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
people hanging out. We get food trucks. We want to do it in my community pool at my apartments.
Why not?
That would be cool as fuck.
But I also think that, you know, this industry isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't just get some boring Joe.
But being in the industry is not for everybody. But as far as drinking it, we want everybody to drink it.
That's fair.
We want everybody to drink it.
That's fair. But everybody drinking it, do they drink it because they actually like it, or are they drinking it because they want to get fucked up, or are they drinking it because
That's anything.
they're supporting?
That's anything to do with liquor, brother. Anything because you got people who want to drink to get fucked up. You got people who enjoy it. You got people who's doing it for the clout because people it's popular at the moment. Like White Claw is popular, so people
Sure.
are gonna drink White Claw, take a picture of it because it's
We're on a
popular.
fucking bandwagon.
Yeah, and
That's
then,
okay. I accept
And
it.
then the last segment of it, people who drink it because they support the culture
Right.
and the community. But that segment, they're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
But I want to gravitate to the rest of that too and bring them in because why? It's gonna bring more money for our brewers who make great beer.
That's
It's gonna allow them to make more beers, allow more people to open more breweries. They might be more creative and do something really crazy.
Yeah.
We don't know, but more eyes in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, maybe White Claw.
We're trying, I swear.
No, you guys are. You guys
All
do fun
the young
events.
people.
You guys.
21 and
Wait.
up.
On that note, it's not saying you guys don't do fun events because you guys don't do just tap takeovers. You guys do
Or,
events. You do themes.
what is the? Oh God, what is it?
You doing a tiki thing coming up?
No, we already had that.
That came out that passed already.
Pint nights. We don't do pint nights.
Oh yeah, you do
see
tap
that everywhere.
takeovers. Yeah, you don't do that, but you guys do events with. Which is a tap takeover, but it's an event to it. So I missed the tiki thing. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, you missed that.
Well, but I think it's cool too because like Taps and Caps as a company, like they, like as a person, I feel like I am invested in by Taps and Caps, by Jacob, Rick, Roman, by Nani, Tyler, by the people who work with me. But we also like then go and extend to other people, you know, like
Yeah.
getting food trucks out here that are only in Dallas, but bringing them over here. We had Momo Shack out here, their Himalayan dumplings, they're fucking amazing. We had Maddie from the Mad Malo come out for a marshmallow pairing. Like, it's, you know, those things where it's like, whether you're an up and coming business or not, it's like, let's give you exposure to our people because you can ask Maddie to make marshmallows for your wedding, for your birthday party, for whatever you want. You can ask Momo Shack, like, if they can cater something for you. Like, it's just getting that exposure to people where, like, maybe people don't like going out to Dallas. Completely understand. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. I love going to Dallas, and that's how I found Momo Shack, and that's how I knew, hey, Roman, like, this is somebody we should have for this event. This would be really great. People would love it. And like I said, it's getting that exposure out there, but also giving them more business. Like, it's being able to say, like, hey, like, you can do this for us, and this is what we're going to offer to you as well. And I think that's something that's really cool about the events that we host is it's not pint nights, it's not tap takeovers, it's not about just promoting breweries, it's about also bringing in people from our community that aren't in beer.
It's not, I was about to say, it's not always about beer.
Yeah.
Like the Maddie from Marshmallow, like, you know, she's going to have
Shout out
customers
to
now.
Maddie.
Yeah, she's going to have customers that maybe aren't always, you know, crazy about beer, but now she's got that exposure.
Yeah. But it's all about helping each other grow and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's why you guys need to do your podcast, get your YouTube channels, and get the exposure out for everybody. But first and foremost, thank you for coming on our podcast.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
It was
thank
so
you for
much fun.
having us.
And also thank you for everything you do,
Yeah,
for being the light for this
absolutely.
place. Forget those guys. They're not
Yeah.
doing shit right now. Those guys at the bar right now, forget those guys. No, they're the best.
We do all the work.
Just they're the
Dog's
best.
tired.
Jacob, brother.
For sure, man.
Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. Well, this is Drunken Public. Thank you guys for watching, for listening. You guys don't drink and drive, take a lift. Come to Taps and Caps. I say Louisville vacation, but a Fort
There's
Worth
Fort
fun.
Worth,
It's
too.
two, but come to Louisville one. This is the one.
But we're at Louisville.
Yeah.
Hey,
you get to hang out
Matt,
with
what's
them.
up?
On that note, guys, peace. Thank you. That was so awesome.